We're just gonna get in and out. Hold on. You see the title of the video? It's to my divine, powerful beings. Yo, we got too much authority and too much divinity to be where we at, bro. The divine telling us that, oh no, get used to we getting out of here, bro. That's what they're telling us. We're getting out of here. They can't even take you. They can't even take your voice. These people can't even take you looking at them without them panicking, bro. That means it's time to go. You outgrew this whole town, this whole goddamn state, this whole country. For some of us, we outgrew it, bro. This don't be shocked to leave everything behind real soon. That's what they're telling me. Confirmation with that slam. Don't be shocked to leave everything behind suddenly. It's because it's for you, bro. You got to think like where you at. You're not gonna be able to thrive how the great mother wants you to thrive. You gotta go. Like you gotta go. It's not no compromising. No, it's not negotiating. You got too much power to be where you at. You need it in other places, especially if it's your hometown, bro. They don't like that you're powerful. They don't like that you made it to that level of power. They don't like it. So you gotta go. And they gonna really feel some type of way when you're not there no more. Because there's no proximity, there's no connections, there's no access. Everybody's gonna feel your absence when you leave, bro. Trust me. Confirmation. Everybody. I mean, even the strangers that never met you, they're gonna tell when something don't feel right. When you go, it's gonna be a lot of heartbreak, even for your enemies, even if they don't admit it. When you go, it's gonna be a lot of heartbreak, and you don't need to announce when you're gone. People are gonna know when you're gone, when your energy's gone. They're gonna know. They're gonna know when you're gone. It's not gonna feel the same. I'm talking about when you leave that town, when you leave that country. Everybody's gonna know. Everybody's gonna know you're gone, bro. Just be okay with being gone. Because you just got too much. The people that I'm talking to, they got too much divinity and power to be where they at, bro. You can't even have a conversation with these people without them thinking you're yelling at them. Without them thinking you're yelling at them, bro. They think you yelling because you're speaking. That's authority, bro. Trust me. The, they they can't take you, bro. They can't. They think you too much when you speak your mind. What? That's because of your authority, bro. That ain't your fault. Don't dim your light because of these people. Don't want you to hush because there's authority in your voice. They don't get it. No, people with authority don't speak the same like everybody else, bro. Our voice travels. That's the power. That's a gift. That is a gift. Everything you say, it hit. And they think they're taking it as you're loud. I'm like, no, I'm gonna whisper to you. I'm gonna speak regularly. I'm coming in there talking regularly. These people saying you're yelling, you're arguing. I'm like, bro, I'm not arguing with you. You gonna know if I'm arguing with you. I'm just speaking my mind. They can't even take you speaking your mind without them panicking. Because it does something. It does something. When you speak, it's a weapon. It, whether it's on them or it's not, people can feel like, oh no, this guy's dangerous with his voice. People can tell when you're dangerous. People know when you're dangerous with your voice. They know it. That's why they try to dim you down. I remember when my mom, not my mom, but my caregiver had a not my caregiver, but my false mom, not my real mom, though. I used to be in the store talking. Look, she'd say, "Lower your voice. You're talking too loud." I'm like, "What are you talking about? This is how I talk." Narcissists love to try to dim your voice. I remember I was at my old job. Nick was like, shh, trying to hush me. I'm talking, dude. You gonna know if I'm yelling, bro. you gonna know. I don't even be yelling, bro. I'll literally be talking maybe a pitch higher than this, maybe a pitch higher like this, and they think I'm yelling. I'm like, bro, I'm not yelling. They say I'm mad. I'm like, dude, you know I'm not mad. You don't want to see me mad, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not mad. I'm just speaking. People feel some type of way. That's why the divine telling me get used to you not being around. They're not going. You're the one that got away, man. Because where you're going, yeah, you might get a couple of people, but the majority of them gonna fuck with you, bro. You're always gonna get you're always gonna get people that are NPCs where you at, but it's gonna be more people that value you and that know what they got in front of them. Even the strangers, even the people that don't even know you, they're gonna want to talk to you. Just certain places, bro, you outgrow, and them people ain't own nothing. So you're going to a place where you're more needed. You're not. You're needed where you at, but they need you to be dim. They need you to be in the system. They need you to be in the system to be siphoned on. They don't need you in your authority. They don't need you in your power. They panic. They 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 panic when you're in your power over here, where you're currently at. But once you take that leap, you're gonna know it. All the pieces are gonna fit in. You're gonna have opportunities left and right. No matter where you are, you can go to a whole nother country. It don't matter. Where you go, you're gonna be more appreciated where you're at than where you are. Because where you are, you outgrew that situation. You got too much authority. Everything you do is a problem. That's when you know you outgrow that situation. And you know who you are. You know when you're a problem. You just speaking your mind ain't no problem. They just can't take it. They're just so used to people being robots. They're so used to people being robots out here. They can't control. They can control the robot. Turn the volume down on the robot. Tell the robot to do this. The robot gonna do it. But you're not no robot. What's up with you, bro? Hit that like button for me, Isaac. Much love to you, brother. Appreciate you. They can't control you. That's why they want you out the picture. Because when you speak your truth, it linger. And then it starts to reflect itself. That's why they don't want you to talk. That's why they want you to take their projections and not say nothing. Because when you speak, just speaking the truth, when you speak, they know it reflects back. Because you don't just talk out of your neck. When you speak, it starts to show. And it starts to show who's a corporate. And the truth will prevail, bro. You just gotta speak your truth. Even if they think you're yelling, they're gonna look back and they're gonna be like, that dude was telling the truth. It may take a little while, but they're gonna be like, no, that dude was telling the truth. Because it's gonna reflect. You would have to be a blind fool. You would have to be a blind fool not to see it. And people see it. They know what you're talking about. They know what you're talking about. People can act like, even if they try to pull the side to the side that's wrong, being on that wrong team, you're gonna be delusional. Like, can't you see the contrary to what side you're on? Like, no, you know you don't. You know you're not right. You know reality is reflected on what that man said. It's like the truth. The truth is just seeping out. You can't. You know, you look stupid being delusional and believing what you were told, quote unquote. You look delusional. So just keep speaking your truth, bro. And for my divine beings that got that authority, bro, don't be shocked if if you just up and go, bro. I'll say take that opportunity, take that risk, get out of there. You're gonna notice it's gonna be much better where you at because there's resistance where you're at. It's because of your growth is triggering to a lot of people. So everybody's trying to point the finger at you. Everybody's trying to make it hard because it's that growth factor. They can't contend when you where you at. They can't. not even with the money they got, not even their positions of power. They can't contend because what you built up, not everybody can do. It's either you have it or you don't. It's either you work with it or you don't. And you got it and you've been working with it. So they can't compete. So they're gonna always try to make you feel like you're a problem. But bro, just speak your truth and watch your truth start to reflect in the reality. You ain't gotta do nothing, bro. You ain't gotta get all mad and all loud, but just speak your truth. Even when they think you yelling, don't don't stop talking because that's them trying to dim your light. Trust me, your truth will reflect reality, no matter if they want to admit it or not. But yeah, where you're going, you're going to be more appreciated than where you are now. Like where I'm at, dude, I outgrow this place miles. I can't be here any much longer. There's no point. I'll be. There's no point. There's nothing to work with here. But where you're going, there's a lot of work. There's a lot to work with. You're going to have people that actually appreciate your presence rather than lie and try to be you and hate on you for no reason. It's you always gonna have them haters, but it ain't gonna be like the place you at, quote unquote, your hometown, or just a crab in a bucket, wicked ass place. It ain't gonna be like that, bro. Not every place has the same frequency. Not every place you resonate with. Like, yeah, I get around here, I don't resonate with nothing here. Therefore, you go to different places like our ancestors. Our ancestors moved around. Our ancestors never stood still. We'll go to a new place for a little bit, switch it if we got to. People be settling for some places that they shouldn't even be in. Don't settle. Don't settle for this. There's more. There's way more. And I'll just say, take that assisted leap because the divine is going to show you a path and you're meant to walk on it. Don't keep denying it and then they force you to go to a place. And then next you can know, you looking like you're the victim. No, but you weren't going with the current. You were going against divine flow. And that's why you led up in that situation. Because you can't keep staying at a place you outgrew. There's always gonna you're always gonna be faced with problems. Because you outgrew that place. That's what people do. That's how systems do. When you outgrow it, they act like that. They do, bro. It's just how they do it. I don't make the rules. I just know how it go. When you outgrow certain things, they try to make it real hard for you, bro. Because they don't like where you at. They don't like your truth. They don't like your authority. You get shit done. You get shit done. When you get shit done, it trigger people. When you get shit done, it trigger people, bro. So don't take it personal. That's just what people do. Don't take it personal. That's what people do. That's what they do, bro. Just don't be shocked. Just be on the lookout for yourself. Be on the lookout. You never know what the divine has in store. And don't react to these people and go in a low vibration. Keep speaking your truth and stay in the high vibration. They hate when you speak your truth. They hate when you speak up for yourself. They they try to always put it back on you because they don't want you to talk. That's the way it's shutting you up. Boy, you being loud, you're arguing. I'm like, I'm not arguing with you. You will know if I'm arguing with you. You're gonna know. I'm like, yo, you're gonna know if I'm mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm actually happy. I just gotta speak my mind. You speaking your mind triggers people, makes them feel some type of way. They don't feel right. They don't want to hear it because they know you speaking the truth. I'm not here to. We're not here to cater people's ego. We're here to speak the truth, and that's it. Don't let these. Don't let nobody stop you from speaking your truth. Don't let nobody stop you from speaking your truth. You always got to speak your truth, regardless if you burn them bridges or not. This is how the game go. You level up speaking your truth. You holding it in when you know you got to speak it. What is that gonna do? Ma- Bring another situation to where you're gonna have to fix that. You want to be backed up. You got to release. People take advantage of people that's silent all the time. No, sometimes you got to speak up. That's what a bully do. They bank off you not saying that, you being scared. Yeah, you step up to bullies. You step up to people like that by speaking your truth unapologetically. And if they think you yelling, that's them. But you not yelling, bro. When you out there speaking, people think you too much. You not too much. As long as you not, your blood ain't boiling and you ain't mad, you just speaking. You ain't doing nothing. Keep speaking it. What they gonna have to shoot your ass. They want you to stop, nigga. They gonna have to shoot your ass, motherfucker. They ain't gonna do that, motherfucker. They gonna have to shoot your ass. But just gotta keep it real, man. You got too much authority. You got too much power to be where you at. So you gonna have to move around. You gonna have to move around, bro. Cause where you at ain't suiting you. It's not suiting you. It's not suiting you no more, bro. You're gonna have to, move forward, move forward with no baggage. Don't hold on to this shit. Don't hold on to this old place. It's just breaking down, bro. This place is always gonna break down if you stay. If you stay, it's gonna break down. Even when you leave, it's gonna break down. You're holding this place up. You could be holding the whole town together. You feel me? Your fuckers don't deserve you like that. They don't deserve you like that, bro. Trust me. They don't deserve you like that. Otherwise, they would treat you with more respect. Sometimes you gotta let a motherfucker know, I'll get the fuck up out of here. I'm not settling for this bullshit. Get the fuck up out of here and I'll make it happen for myself. Yeah, bro. Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta do that. Because the divine is getting us out of these places that are too restrictive on growth. They're anti-growth. You're not gonna be there for long, bro. They need you to stretch farther than you ever stretched. You've been able to stretch, but you've been having to claw and fight to stretch. Where you're going, you ain't gotta do all that fighting and clawing just to stretch. It's gonna be grand to where you're going. There's always gonna be challenges because that's what make us, but it ain't gonna be like the challenges you were facing where you're currently at for this for the ones that resonate with this message. So just be adaptable. Be adaptable. Yeah, be adaptable. Don't get used to being where you at because anything can change in the blink of an eye. You can get that opportunity of a lifetime. Next thing you know, you got to get on the flight. The divine say, don't worry about nothing. When it's time to go, that means it's time to go. When you get that divine ticket, go. Everything is gonna take care of itself because you got them working on your behalf, bro. The divine is, man. The divine, come on, man. You're gonna get way more protection because you listen. You get protection when you listen. When you get that divine ticket, don't second guess it. Just go. Everything will iron itself out, bro. Or your blessings will reach you where you at. You ain't gotta look for them. They'll find you, bro. Just take that divine ticket and just go. You're protected. You're protected. But that's about it, man. I just had to drop that video. You have too much divinity and authority where you at. So the divine is getting you up out of there, bro. I don't know when. I'm not gonna put no date. I don't know. But I know the divine is getting you up out of there, bro. So keep your plans a secret and move in silence. But that's about it. That's your boy Papa Fisco G. I'm out. Peace. If you want to send a cash donation, my cash app is Easy Fiscal One. That's all lowercase EJJIFISKER one. The number one at the end. Easy Fiscal One. But I'm out. Peace. Gotta conserve my energy, buddy.